Do you know when you fucking just yawn and it looks like you're crying? I just yawned and now I look like a crybaby. Sick. Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Mother trucker, dude.
What is up, you guys? And welcome back to another video. Boys and girls, I've got a haircut now. Very streamlined haircut. I look less, I don't know what I look less like now, but it's like cut short on the sides, on the back. Give it a side profile of a side profile. I don't think it's too bad. I mean, most of red is gone now, but you know what? I live life on the edge. But today is about the 5 best dressed male Instagrammers. These are guys I've been following for a while, kind of gotten to know their style essentially. I did make a similar video to this probably a year and a half ago. I'll link it up here. The 5 guys I am featuring are all very, very different in a sense. So different kind of styles, different reasons why I like them. Very, very different personal styles, essentially. So that's the key for me, to showcase different kind of styles, show some diversity, but still show some really, really cool people off. Now, I am planning to make a similar list for the 5 best female Instagrammers. I've got a fairly clear list already. However, if you guys want to recommend anyone, then drop them down in the comments. Drop the female's Instagram and I'll have a look at it. Maybe they'll make the cut. Maybe I'm already planning to feature them. I don't know. I guess time will tell. But for now, let's get into the list. So the first guy on the list is this guy called Magnus, and Magnus is someone who has a very, very unique style. It seems like he's got a very, very cool personality as well. Overall, he seems like a really nice guy, and yeah, I mean, probably the best Instagram on Instagram. Nah, honestly, let's get into the list. So the first guy is this guy called Magnus. Now, before I dip into the list, I just want to say that this is in no particular order. The next and left, blah, blah, blah. That's all I have to say. Not in any particular order. However, on the list now, we've got Jackson or Jacko Blythe. Now, Jackson is a guy from Australia, so he's repping it down under, down in the Oz, essentially. Jackson's style is really, really cool. It's this kind of mix between contemporary streetwear and more colors, I'd say. Sounds weird, but it's kind of mixing graphics and logos with a bit more thrift-heavy stuff, but still having that kind of contemporary feel. Wearing stuff like xoxo, Adidas, Palace, Converse, Supreme, independent brands. I know I'm gonna sound like an absolute twat, but it kind of feels a bit like Gully Leo style, a bit more grown up maybe, which is really cool to see. But overall, there's a really, really good understanding of colors, shapes, and fits. It's cool to see that it's never really boring. It's always very daring, always trying new things out. Kind of taking it to the next step, essentially, and always going a bit extra to try have either a cool picture or a really cool fit. Sometimes it might be a bit too graphic or a bit too heavy in terms of logos for my liking, but overall, I think it's really cool that he's able to mix these kind of things with more classic outfits, but still have the ability essentially to switch up and have more logo and graphic heavy items. G'day mate, fucking sick mate. Kangaroo fuckers down there. That was probably the worst Australian accent on all of YouTube. What else do Australians say? G'day mate, can't, that's the one. G'day mate, you fucking can't. So the next guy on the list is GX Wilson. I think his name is Garrett. Pretty sure it's Garrett. GX Wilson is from America. Kind of has this artisanal vibe, essentially. Wearing stuff like Magella, CCP, his own brand, Marcel Everett. And it's very cool to see that there's this very, very high focus and emphasis on a worn-in feel and a worn-in look. All the clothes look almost used in a way, which I think is really cool. So it immediately looks like he's worn them, like the same clothes for a couple of years. Often when you buy brand new stuff, it kind of looks a bit too new essentially, or too flashy, too saturated. So I really like this kind of feel where you can see it's been worn. It really, really comes across on pictures as well, where a shirt isn't completely straight. It might be a bit creased and a different fabrics. It's really cool to see such distinct style taken so far to the next level in terms of the Instagram, in terms of aesthetics, in terms of curation of your own image almost. There's been such a dedication to this kind of style almost. GX wears a lot of really cool belts, really cool rings, necklaces. It's never really over the top. It just always kind of blends in and feels the part almost of the outfit. Now, admittedly, I wouldn't personally go out of my way to wear this kind of clothes because it's not really my style, and I think there's a bit of lack of colors almost. Like the color scheme is very, very, not necessarily boring, but it's very, very Rick Owens, black, white, gray, muted colors in a way. So you don't see that much color pops, which I personally love. But then at the same time, that's kind of what signifies that kind of style, and that's what has its charm to it. It's almost very, very casual clothes with this kind of very, very artisanal twist to it, which I think is fucking sick, mate. It's sick. I am probably gonna fuck up his name here. His name is Jolly John. I'm just gonna call him Shawn. Shawn is, to my understanding, from Paris, and I just love this guy's versatility so much. I only stumbled across this guy the other day. However, I love how he can switch between his really, really over-the-top outfits, something very, very simple, and then to just general color blocking, which looks so effortless and so cool. So he really has that kind of streetwear Parisian vibe to him in terms of the colors and the shapes. Always cropped trousers, which gives this kind of very exaggerated look of wide trousers, essentially. But yeah, he has this super, super great understanding of the color scheme. Like, he's the kind of guy who can literally just pull anything off. Anything he wears looks effortless, looks flawless. His choice of clothes and brands and colors are just fucking ace. I reckon Shawn wears a lot of stuff like Converse, Dickies, Marni, Jacko, Levi's. It's a lot of basic clothes. It isn't too much in terms of detailing or in terms of really over the top. It's more a lot of just simple pieces put together really, really nicely in different kind of cuts and shapes. Now, I will admit that some of the outfits are a bit too over the top for my liking. Stuff like the Jacko and Converse shoes, which goes all the way up the leg. Maybe some of the layering or some of the mismatch isn't really my kind of style. But when he keeps it very simple and just breaks it down to colors and fits, I just think it's fucking sick. That's what it is. I was gonna say hella fuego, but it's fucking sick. Now, the next guy here is unfortunately from Sweden. But oh well, what can you do about that? Sweden. Jesus. This next guy is called Noah. Noah's got probably the style of the 5 I'm featuring that I most kind of see myself in. It's most kind of resembles my own style. That sounded like I was just really fucking sucking my own dick here. But it's true. Like, it's more contemporary streetwear mixed with some more classic vibes and a lot of attention to color, accessories, and this kind of color pop almost. So I like that Noah uses a lot of accessories such as rings, bags, hats, sunglasses. In my opinion, accessories are often what kind of takes the outfit to the next level. Often it's very easy to just go, okay, rings, necklaces, whatever. But I feel like this is very, very nicely curated and it all kind of looks very, very effortless, which is really cool. And as I said, it's not too streetwear. I like that he can also mix it up and be a bit more classy and just focus merely on shapes instead of graphics or different logos. It's this kind of contemporary streetwear mixed with Scandinavian vibe or Scandinavian style. One day you can wear a lot of like shirts, overshirts, mix it up with some white trousers and just focus on colors and fits and texture. But at the same time, next day you can rock up in a pair of cargo, tactical vests, and still have it suit your style essentially. So Noah primarily wears stuff like Nike, Converse, Jordan, Stussy, Stone Island, Our Legacy, Vetements, Prada, Thrift. So it kind of ranges from the cheap items, the more mainstream sportswear, all the way up to the high end, but then also a lot of items from the thrift store essentially. Now, admittedly, I haven't always liked Noah's style. In 2017, I think it's a bit too streetwear, too CDG, too much thrasher stuff. However, ever since we went into 2018, in my opinion, he's had a very good glow up. Like, style-wise, it's gone like that. And it's really cool to see the style essentially change and evolve over time. So yeah, really, really cool. Just a shame. Shame about the Swedish part. Last, but definitely not least, we've got Wanna Go to Paris with a double S, also known as Christopher. I think it's Christopher, yeah. Very, very, very young kid. He is Danish, and admittedly, he doesn't have that many pictures on Instagram yet, so it's kind of hard to suss out his actual style, if that makes sense. However, this is more like, I don't know, I guess you can say it's like a wild card in a way. I just think it's really cool to see someone so young into fashion and still be into fashion that isn't just like hypey stuff or very, very brand heavy, very logo heavy. So it's cool to see that he's got already a bit of a personal style at such a young age. Cool to see what's gonna happen in the future, and I'm really excited to see how he kind of progresses and which style he ends up going for in the end. Now, I don't know this kid personally. He's in some of the same online forums which I'm in. What I've seen, he comments on a lot of things. He always seems very interested in fashion and learning more, always interested in trying new items out, new things, new styles. It's something I really admire. I wish I was that into fashion from a young age, but it's really cool to see someone that young getting into the whole fashion. And although it is trend-based to a certain extent with stuff like the Helmut Lang painted jeans, knockoff Balenciaga, or is it Vetements Dragon Alix Sui Coke. So although it is trend-based in that sense, it's still kind of taking the trend and making it your own almost, and not just slapping Supreme. So yeah, definitely someone to look out for. If he keeps on going, keeps on evolving, then I definitely think that it's gonna go somewhere really cool. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. These are, in my opinion, the 5 best male Instagrammers. I know best dress is a very weird term. Best dress for me might not be best dress for someone else, which is fair enough. So, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think either of the profiles, either who you think is the best dressed male Instagrammers, or who you think is the best dressed female Instagrammers. As I said, I will be making that video very, very soon. So let me know what you think, and that's it. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.